Dear ladies, today I'm really going to try and help many of you because I know that so many women are praying for a certain type of husband and they're lonely, and I'm not saying all, I'm just saying they feel like, it's time for me to start that family, so they're praying for a certain type of husband. And I just wanted to say, I speak to so many different types of people, and there's certain things that really stand out, and one of them is marriage and dating and relationships. Because here's the thing about relationships: salvation is the most important decision that anyone will ever make, hands down. It's the most important decision. But then the second is who you marry, because who you marry determines how you are going to perform in your calling in your life, and if your anointing is going to be carried out, and what type of family you're going to have, and how much peace, joy, love, and security you are going to have. Now here's the thing: if you are not careful, you will end up dating or marrying a guy like who I used to be. And the guy who I used to be, I was always charming. I've always been a gentleman. I've always been, call it, a good person, right? But the thing is, in my old days, I wasn't interested. If I was not married and I was not engaged, then I was not interested in pursuing a relationship, which would mean I would want to be that type of guy, friends with benefits. And here's the thing: many women sometimes, and by the way, this happens to men as well, but here's the thing: if you act in your emotions or your feelings, then what's going to happen is you are going to end up marrying or dating the wrong person. And the thing I need to explain is vision and calling is so important. You see, because if a man has a vision, then a man knows exactly where he's going. And if you are praying, saying, Lord, this is the type of husband I want, God, I don't believe is going to, boom, your husband's going to appear in front of you. Because why would God violate free will? We have free will to pick and choose. You see, because I personally believe like this: if God were to give you the husband of your dreams, then any fights or any problems, you would blame God. So no, God will help you pick wisely. God will give you wisdom and discernment, and God might give you a blessing, but I don't think that God's going to pick the man for you. You need to do that, and just as the man needs to pick the woman. So here's the thing: when you are praying, Satan can intercept your prayer, and Satan can send you the wrong guy, and then you will think, I've been praying, and you will be deceived. And the thing is, when you are married or dating the wrong person, it makes life pretty hard. You will not get the benefits of what you thought marriage is supposed to be or dating is supposed to be. And here's the thing: vision and calling is so important, because here's the thing: it seems like two people are coming together, and then what actually happens is they do this, they end up going apart, or they do that, they're just completely opposites. And once the emotions and the feelings and the honeymoon is done, you're stuck with someone you don't love, stuck with someone you have nothing in common with. And now you get two people who've got their own will, different visions, and now they're going to try work together. So sometimes they're going to do this, and then sometimes they're going to do this, and sometimes they're going to do this. And what's so important is, if two people come together, the woman's vision has to align with the man's vision. You see, this offends a lot of women, but what you guys have got to understand is God created it that a man has a helper. It doesn't make you any less of what you are. It just means that the type of man you need to marry needs to love you, support you, but ultimately you are helping him fulfill the vision and the mission that God has for that man. So that man, if you help him and support him to do God's will, then what happens is he blesses you. God blesses him to bless you. God blesses the relationship. God blesses the covenant. And then there's peace in that marriage. There's love. There's joy. And here's what happens. Too many times believers end up thinking, well, let's just get married because then we have the blessing. But the character's different. And they start to fight and they start to pull apart. So after the honeymoon, what you got is a separation. You see, and here's the problem. Many women, and I'm not saying this is you, but many of them are emotional, desperate, broken. And what's happening is they don't want to be alone. So they end up dating or marrying a guy who's got no vision. And here's the thing, ladies. If you find that a guy is not working, you find that a guy has no vision, no mission, no purpose, and a guy that just wants to be entertained, a guy that just wants to play on the Xbox or on the PlayStation, what you got yourself there is the wrong guy. Because if you are driven and you are motivated, that guy, understand, is going to spend your money. That guy is going to abuse your body. That guy is going to waste your money. He's going to live in your house, drive your car, and probably cheat on you or possibly beat you. So what I want to say is, I'm not saying that all men who have some of those things are like that, but in general, a woman that is not settled in her ways is going to find a guy that is unsettled in his ways. And you think you're going to change him, he's actually going to end up changing you or frustrating you. And I don't want to insult the men, because here's the thing, I was that guy that was lazy. I was that guy that was just interested in entertainment and friends with benefits. But when I started to grow up and I started to mature, a lot of those things that I used to want, I don't want anymore. Now I want God's vision for my life. I want God's will for my life. I want God's favor and God's provision. And what I learned is, if two people can agree on something and they both have an alignment and the same type of anointing when they go in the same place, great, they'll be a beautiful couple. They will be a beautiful couple and they will receive the blessings. But sometimes two people both think they want the same thing. They come together, realize actually we got nothing in common. So I wanted to say, be very, very careful, because what you think and what you get is not always the same thing. So it's so important that you ask the tough questions. Ask the guy, where are you going in life? What do you want to do with your life? Do you want kids? Don't try and manipulate. Don't try twist. Don't try persuade. It needs to flow. What I want to say is, guys, I've been divorced. I know how hard it is. You know what? Burying my dad was hard, but going through a divorce was 10 times worse, because I dealt with it. I gave it over to the Lord. But a divorce is very painful and very hard. So I encourage people to be very careful. I speak on a lot of where I've made mistakes, but I speak about where I've had a lot of success. Then I take the scriptures. I listen to people who've been married for years and people who've been divorced, and I take the wisdom and the knowledge and I apply it into my life and I apply it to you guys. So ladies, I hope that you will take this message I've given you and apply it very carefully to your life. And if this has blessed you, ladies, please understand, I am not the same. I'm not the same man that I used to be. Because of Christ, I am a changed man. I have a vision. And my vision is serving you, serving the brothers and the sisters, helping you guys live a better quality life with the Lord, walking more closely with the Lord, getting more out of your anointing with people, with business, with life, relationships. And that's why I'm here to serve. So if you guys want to help me do more of this work, then I ask that you guys support me. You guys have a look at my social media, subscribe to everything, go to my website. I've got the option of PayPal, I've got the option of an American bank account, a South African bank account, and SnapScan. So when you guys support me, it helps me to spend more time doing more ministry. And yes, guys, I love serving you, but I cannot do it if I don't receive donations, if I don't receive the help. I've got to then spend more time in business, and I do want to make myself more available. So guys, if this has blessed you and you can bless me, then I ask you to bless me and help me to, that I can grow, that I can move, that I can touch more people's lives, that the Lord can use me to spread, because I do want to start going overseas. I do want to start traveling. I have a prophecy of traveling. I have a beautiful prophecy to start changing things in the world for people's lives and for people's businesses. And I am just a vessel. At some point, God will use other people to do things. So I'm just there to serve for a season and a time, and then other people must serve as well. So guys, I want to thank you for every single person that has blessed this ministry, that has tithed to me. It means the world. I pray for you guys. I uplift you guys. I thank each person personally, and I just wanted to wish you guys all the best. But what I want to say is, follow the teachings that I've given you. Follow the teachings, watch the videos, go to my website, learn from me, guys, and learn what the word says about these things, because covenant is very serious. You can't just come in and out of a marriage and expect that, you know, it's all good. You have to know what you're doing in life, what you do every minute, every second, every hour, every week, every month. You are affecting your eternity. So what I want to say to you is, be sensitive to the teachings. Listen carefully. Don't be emotional about things. Don't have your feelings involved. You know, sometimes you gotta trust logic, and you gotta go to the word, and you gotta apply what God tells you to do. So I'm gonna leave that with you guys today. Ladies, I hope that it's blessed you. Men, I hope that you will be encouraged, and if I've touched on something that maybe offended you, realize that I was there, but I'm not there anymore. So God bless you guys. I will see you in the kingdom or on my next video. Ciao.